So using this formula, how do you approach question 1? What you gonna do? Question is just to calculate the what? The basic wage, aren't you?
Yes.
All right. And what's the basic rate? It's 36.4, don't you? It says
Yes, sir.
right, the basic wage, the basic rate. Look, the basic hold on. The basic
wage
rate. The basic
wage rate.
Whoa. All right. So sometimes I can put in another word here. So it's rather than basic rate, they put basic wage rate for a technician for a 42-hour week, $36.40. So basically, essentially, what they're saying that the basic rate is $36.
Right.
And 40. And hold on, that should go on the other side. Okay, sorry. And the basic week would have been 42 hours. All right. So somebody calculate that for me. And we're calculating the technician's basic wage.
$1,528.80.
All right.
Sir, you said for the overtime work technician is paid 1.5 times the basic hourly rate. So you're gonna calculate that times 1.5.
When is it that times? When is it?
$36.40.
Okay, cool. All right, cool. So we're working out overtime, and you say overtime is 1.5 times the basic rate, which is $36.40. Right. Anything else?
The overtime hours.
Right. Multiply by the what? Overtime
Time hours.
Right. Who's that? Janet?
Yes, sir.
Are you there, man? All right. Good. 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 Very good. All right. So right. So, but the big question is, what's overtime hours?
The overtime hours would be you would minus 42 from
Very,
58.
very good, excellent. Why we can't use 58 hours for the
Because
overtime?
that's the total hours he worked
Very,
for the week,
very
including
good,
overtime.
very good. Class, are you following?
Yes, sir.
You hear what you said? Basically, it's the 58 hours. It is inclusive of the what? The 42, the regular 42 hours. Because the statement says calculate the technician's total wage. All right. So in this case, they didn't tell you specifically how much hours overtime it worked. So when you subtract 42 hours from 58, what do you get?
16.
Right. So the technician's total amount of overtime hours will be 16. All right. So what you're gonna do? You're gonna compute that now, and that will give you the answer.
$873.60.
Right. So the answer is gonna be the overtime wage would have been, yes, you're correct, $873. Oh, that shouldn't look so right. 100. Sorry about that, yeah. And 60 cents. All right. Is that the answer though?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay. Okay.
Wouldn't you add it to the basic,
Very good. Add it to the
the basic week?
the basic rate.
The
Very good.
basic
Very good. I
rate.
like how your students are thinking. Right. Right. So the question says calculate the technician's total wage. All right. So the 16 hours will represent the extra money where he or she works. So get the total now. You add the 15, his regular salary plus his overtime, and that will give us what?
$2,422.40.
2,000.
02.4.
All right. Any questions? Is there anybody not following? Anybody want for me to explain anything? Anything
I follow everything, but me not remember the 0.5. Or the 0.5 come about again when you're doing the overtime.
Oh well, 1.5. 1.5 is 1.5.
Okay, thank you.
All right, since you don't have any more questions, let's look at part 3. I'm gonna start erase this bottom piece here because there's not enough space here. All right. All right, look at the last part of the question and tell me what are your thoughts.
Sir, I divided the 1490 by 36 hours.
Very good. Yes, that's correct. So it says in a new wages agreement, the basic rate, all right, of payment is $14.90 for 30 hours of work. Calculate the technician's new hourly rate. So the new hourly rate would have been, as you correctly said, $14.90 divided by 36. All right.
You get $41.38.
So you get $41.38 per what? Per hour, not
Per
true?
hour.
Right,
Yes.
Per hour.
right. Initially, his rate was what? 36.4. But now it's what? 41.38. So I get a little raise, not true? All right. And this part says the percentage increase in the hourly rate. All right. All right. So question: if I give you a test, right, and you got 8 out of 10 in the test, and sir want to work out the percentage, what will sir do with the 8 out of 10 to calculate your
Like
percentage?
times the
Times
by 100.
Times by 100. Very good. All right. So even good girl, I say. All right. So it says calculate the what? The percentage. So you know, so somewhere in this calculation you're gonna multiply it by what? By something by 100, don't you? All right. And your answer should be a what? A percentage, right? No, it says calculate the what? Percentage increase. All right. In hourly rate, there was an increase, not true? So what you gonna? So what do you think you're gonna do? Anybody?
Yeah, minus
Sir,
the new
I
rate
minus
I think
from
you're
the
gonna
previous
minus
rate.
41.38.
Very good, very good, very good. Right, you're gonna subtract because it was 36.4, you know,
Yes.
and it went up to 41.38. All right. So you're gonna find a difference between 36.4 and 41.38. So
$4.98.
$4.98.
okay, thank you. So the increase is $4.98. All right, but actually, you know, it is what happened is that this is the increase, and we're normally going to divide it by the initial rate. What was the initial rate? What was the initial rate before?
36.
36. Right. 36.4. All right. So let me ask a question. Let me try to reason. Let me try to explain why you divide by 36.4. Let us say you're getting a salary, right? All right. If you're a government employee, the foolishness I'm gonna give you April. That's what I call it. You're gonna get an increase, not true? Probably can buy a bread or something like that. But let us say you get your salary is 10,000, right? Your regular pay is 10,000 per week, for argument's sake. And boss say I'm gonna get a raise up here. I'll put $2,000 more on it, right? So the increase would go from 10 to what? To 12. So the increase would have been what? 2,000, not true. But if you want the percentage it okay, try to find out, you know, and tell you that whenever you log in, do you have your mic open or your video open, right? So you maybe in a noisy background as you go into Zoom, the noise is there, you know. Okay, are you through?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right. So I'm gonna switch to another document. Can anybody tell me what commission is? What is a commission?
Something extra you earn.
Can you give me some examples
Different
of.
from your basic or your regular pay.
Give me some examples of persons you know who works and get a commission.
BPO.
All right.
Massage therapist.
All right.
Sales rep.
Sales rep. But sales rep is very general, not true? Or sales rep. All right. I think I hear someone say BPO. Yes, you're correct. I didn't hear so clearly, but.
And football to sir.
You serious? Yeah. Like, explain.
Like if they score like 5 goals this season, they will get like extra 200,000 or 100,000.
Okay. Oh, you're right. But you know, like for example, the man of the match. That's how it go. Every match you play, I think the man of the match and the
and a clean sheet.
Right. They get something. Right. Yes. I just remember. Yeah. And I think the coach, if the coach win the game, he get something to do every match, like differently.
Yeah,
man. All right. Right. So, lots of money in sports. People don't realize that. Lots of money is pumped into sports. All right. So as I said, a commission is just it's a percentage. Percentage of sales. That's a basic definition, right? It's just a percentage of sales. It could be more, but nothing registering in my head right now. It's a very general thing. All right, so let's look at the question. So a man receives a monthly salary of So a man receives a monthly salary of that amount together with a commission of 5% on all sales over 50,000. per month. Calculate his gross salary. Calculate his gross salary in a month in which his sales amounted to a big money manager. All right, look at that question. I mean, honestly, this topic here, there's nothing much to it. You know, there's no twist or it's very simple. You know, there's nothing much to it. You know. After this, we're gonna look at after commission, we're gonna look at profit and loss. All right, now some companies, they give you conditions for you for when you get a commission. In other words, they're not just going to give you a commission like that. You have to say, you know, so you have to make a certain target before you start get some reward. And they can add little criteria. So it says a man receives a monthly salary of that amount. So this is this monthly salary, together with a commission of what? 5% on all sales over $50,000 per month. It says calculate. In other words, you see, he's not going to get a commission if the sales is 50,000 and less for the month. Are you guys following me? Right. So basically, the boss says, yeah, you're not getting an extra. You have to pass this threshold. I am not quite sure if that's the same thing for BPOs. I guess every company is unique. Probably is the amount of successful transaction you completed in a BPO, or the number of happy customers. I don't know. All right. So it says calculate his gross salary in a month in which his sales amounted to what? 175,000. Question: is he going to get a commission?
Yes, sir.
Yes, because it would have passed what? The threshold, or the barrier, or the marker, or the indicator. All right. Question: how are we going to calculate this commission?
Sir, would you minus 250,000, 764.78 from 175,000? It said calculate his gross.
No, okay. You wouldn't do that. Anybody else?
Sir, me. Minus the 50,000 from the 175,000.
Right. And then what?
Kind of blank after. I just
Then
know
you
that.
Then you calculate 5% of whatever you get.
Right. So after you subtract the 50,000, after you pass the threshold, After you subtract the 50,000 from the 175, then you find what? The 5% of that amount. So I'm saying?
Yeah.
So basically, what am I trying to say now? The 5% now go chip in until you what? You pass the 50 grand. All right. So let's do that then. So we're gonna. So answer
25.
right. So it's one. You see what you said a while ago when you subtract the 175 from the 250. You know what? You know why?
I didn't read it. I didn't finish reading it, sir. That's why I got to that conclusion.
Right. Because you'd have been going into it demands or the demands what? Monthly salary, not true? All right.
Yes, sir.
Which is fixed. All right. So we're gonna subtract that amount. And when you're doing this subtraction, you don't have to include those points here if there are zeros here. So I'm just going to take them off. And when you subtract it, when you're doing calculations for money, you don't have to put in a dollar sign here. You only put in a dollar sign at the last part. So that's 100 and what? 25. Then now, what we do now, to work out his commission,
5% of 125,000.
right? You have to bear with me here. Hold on. So you find 5% of that amount. All right. What is 5% of 125,000?
6,250. 6,250.
All right. Look at that man. Okay. Probably should structure the question a little bit better, not true? Because if you are earning this amount of money, but you don't have to sell nothing then, not true? So I'm saying? Alright. So probably should stick off with 2 right here, so. No. That no. Let it go on. I don't want the question to look too unrealistic. But anyways, the commission is what? 6,250. All right. I tell you what, I'm gonna. You're right, already. But anyways, so what's the answer now? What's the final answer?
It said the salesman made 2,500 per month, and he would get 10% in addition of sales above $7,000. So what I did was calculate 2,500 times 12, because it's 12 months within a year, in order to find the gross, which I got 30,000, and a minus 7,000 from the 16,500 sales that he made, and got 9,500. 10% of that would be 950. So it would be 30,000 plus 950 for the answer to that one. Well, that's what I got.
Hold on. I hear you say you multiply something by 12. Why did you do that?
Because he asked for the gross salary.
No, he said no. Look at the question. It says calculate the salesman's gross. Well, I mean, gross salary. All right. Gross salary can either be monthly or yearly, the fact that everything is in month and month, you know, you wouldn't, look how much month did it say? You wouldn't just jump to yearly. So I'm saying?
To me, gross means yearly, so that's what I'd automatically do. But you're saying that there's a difference.
No, man. Gross doesn't mean yearly. Gross just means it's money received without any deductions.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. Look, yeah.
All right, fine.
So when you get a month, hold on, somebody was saying something.
All right, all right.
When you get a monthly salary, you know, your monthly salary, if you look on your pay stub,
Yeah.
you'll see the gross amount that you got for the month. All right.
You'll be prior to
And then you'll see, right, and then it's right. So gross just means salary without any deductions at all. That's what you just earn.
Right.
All right.
Mhm.
Right. So, all right. So you wouldn't multiply that by. So you'll get it wrong for the last part.
Yeah.
You'd have got it correct for the other part, because as you correctly said, anything over what 7,000, there's a 10% commission that's paid to the salesman. And what you do, you find you find the difference between 7,000 and 16,500.
That would give you 9,500.
And yeah, man, yeah, she said it already. So, and that will give you 9,500.
Mhm.
All right.
The 10%
So-
would be 950.
Right. So this is what the company is gonna. This is where you're gonna start earning your money from, out of this money. And you said that you find what 10%,
Mm-hmm.
10% of this, because that's what the company says you're gonna get. So 10% of 9,500 is how much?
950.
Right, 950.
So it would end up being 2,500 plus 950 then.
Right. So his gross salary would have been the 2,500.
Mm-hmm. Plus 950.
All right.
3,450.
Right. So it's gonna be 3,450.
Mhm.
All right. So that's his gross salary for that particular month.
For that month.
Right.
Mhm.
All right. Everybody following?
Yes, sir.
All right. Can I
I didn't
erase
get
this?
the system.
Can I erase this part here?
Yes, sir.
All right. Did you get a chance to work on part B?
I didn't.
All right. Anybody want to make an input for this part here?
Part B he didn't get any commission. He didn't get any commission because the money was, if the sale is
Oh, yes,
for
yes.
that month was 5,325, and if he makes over $7,000, he would get a 10%, but he did not make over $7,000, so he would just get the flat salary for $2,500.
Mhm.
All right. Yes, you're correct. All right. Everybody clear? Anybody want me to explain anything? So that's the answer for B. All right. Anybody want to take on C6? Sorry. Question 6. Anybody want to talk for an evening? Don't let me go to the register, you know. Anybody want to talk for? I need somebody. I need a. What him on them? One time you say somebody man them are talking. I mean, you know man them. Michael, I think Michael's on me. Oh no, Michael alone there. Alright. That man must sleep. Lion can't sleep, you know. All right. Anybody else? Anybody else want to take a shot at this?
Sir, I was not here not the first time, of course, but I can try.
Yeah, man.
So, I don't even know the formula, and I'm just going to tell on the table.
There's no formula. It's just a percentage. There's no formula. It's just finding the percentage of something.
So, sir, would you put 2,000?
It's number 6 I do here.
Oh, number 6?
Yeah, we just completed number 5. Oh, it just came on a while ago.
No,
Okay, all right.
not to read number 5.
You have to check the recording here.
Okay. You'd find 3% of 950.
Mm-hmm.
I got $28.50.
You're correct. That's our commission. This one here on a condition, so it's just 3%, which is 3 over 100 times 950.
Sorry, you can go over how we find the percentage again, please. The part that when I finish.
It's 3 over 100 times 950. Just use your calculator.
Okay.
So 3 divided by 100 is 0.03. So 0.03 times 950. All right. I don't want to make no mistake, you know. And that will give us $28. That's what they said, right? $28 and 50 cents, right? And what's the last part?
I'm not sure. I add the 150 should be $28.50.
You're correct. Yeah, you're correct.
And I got $178.50.
Because it says, you know, during a certain week, and it says her gross wage, if she's paid $150 normally per week. All right. So this is what she's paid per week normally. All right. And she earned what? $28.50. So that's 150 plus $28.50. And you get $178.50. All right. Any questions? All right. So if you don't have any questions, we're going to move on. Okay, so I've said before, we're going to look at what we call profit and loss.
Sir?
Yes?
You're recording this?
Notice between these two formulas, what is similar about them? Between profit and loss percentage.
Both of them times 100.
Yes. Anybody else?
Yes,
it's always
the cost price.
Right. You always divide it by what? The cost price. All right. So always remember that. Anytime you ask you to find the profit or loss percentage, it's actually the profit or loss as a percentage of the cost price. So the cost price is like the base. That's what you're comparing. It it would be something similar, like percentage increase in something. If you want to find the increase of a percentage of some item or a salary, the base would have been your previous salary. All right. So if you want to know the profit percentage, what's your base? The base is what you start with, true. What you buy it for, true. Yeah. So the base for this will be like the cost price. And really and truly, the cost price is what determines if you make a profit or a loss, not true? Not the selling price. All right. So we're going to look at a question. All right. All right. So a dealer. Boy, these people are some really crude question. A drug dealer. A dealer buys 50 apples for US $40. All right, so a dealer buys 50 apples for 40 US and sells them for $1.20 each. Calculate his percentage profit. All right, look at that question. We're gonna. I use this question to start it off because I think it's a nice little question. Yeah? All right, so how do we approach this question? Number one, we need to find out the cost price and the selling price. Now, the selling price is obvious, not true? Not true, class? So the selling, the selling price is $1.20. All right, so what's the cost price?
$40.
All right. Well, it.
Sir, would you divide?
Yes, you'd have to divide because the $40 represents how many apples? 50. Unless you're gonna multiply the selling, you're gonna multiply it by what? By 50. If you multiply the 120 by 50, then you can use the what? The 40. But you can't use the 40 if you use what? $1.20 because the $1.20 represents what? One apple. All right, but since we're using $1.20, what we need to do, we need to find the cost for what? One apple. All right, so
the cost for one apple wouldn't be the $120 because it said sells them for $120.
That's how I see them for afterwards. But we're not going to buy for.
Oh.
All right. Somebody needs to mute the mic. All right. So how we find the cost for one apple?
So that be the buying price.
If you buy 50 apples for $40. All right. Let me ask a question. If you buy 100 apples, right, for $50, how much one apple cost?
You're gonna divide it or something like that?
Right, you're gonna divide, but what you're gonna divide by what first? What is it?
The amount of apple you buy by the
amount.
cost price.
Right, very good. So you divide the amount of apple divided by the cost of the cost, the total cost, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. And what is
So
that?
we're going to pay 80 cents for one apple, 0.8. Multiply it or you divide it, sir.
No man. There's no multiplication here. This is a division sign. Look on the screen, please. All right. So what do you get right here, sir?
I think it's $1.25.
$1.25.
All right. All right. So you have to just look on the screen. All right. So the hold on, there's something not adding up here. No, it's other way around. It's actually the other way around.
0.8.
Yes. You know why?
Yeah, that is what I said before.
But do you know why?
Because the amount that you pay for the apple, the cost price should be on top.
Right.
And the amount of apples under the bottom.
All right. So that makes more sense, right? So in other words, you always put the money on top.
Sir, don't rub off this yet, sir. I was kicked out.
All right. I wonder who kicked you out. COVID?
Don't know.
All right. Kristen mic is always on. All right. Okay. So this is the cost price and this is what? The selling price. All right. Let me ask a question. I mean, it kind of tricky, you know, because you have 50 and you have 40, right? And I wonder, should I put the 50 or 40 or 40? And let's say you're not sure. All right. But the question says calculate is what? Profit. The only way you can make a profit, right, is if this money is what? Smaller than the what? The selling price. If you flip it around, you get $1 what? 25 for the cost price. And that wouldn't give you a profit, that wouldn't give you a loss. So you could actually use that also to determine if you're going the right path. All right? You guys follow? All right. So these questions, try to examine them and see if they make sense. Because you know what? This is saying calculate is what? Profit. We have to ensure so boy, when you subtract the cost price from the selling price, you actually get more. And if you don't get more, something is wrong. All right? Okay, so let's work out the profit now. So the profit would have been what? $1.20 subtract what? That's 80 cents, right? And how much do you get for that?
$0.40.
40 cents or $0.4.
So yeah, work out the profit or the percentage profit.
You have to do both, mom. Okay? Look at the formula. What the formula says?
Very late today.
profit divided by the what? The cost price, not true? So you have to work out the what? What do you have to work out first? The profit. And then now, we work out the what? The profit percentage. So the profit is actually what? Using the formula, it's going to be 0.4. And what's the cost price?
40.
How much?
87.
0.8, sorry.
Right. Okay, so work out that from and tell me what you get. That looks like 50. Hold on. First thing you need to do, before you even find the profit, you have to find anytime you do profit and loss, we always need to do, put down the cost price and the selling price. So that's what I wanted to say.
Okay, so that's what I did. Okay. So the selling price is $8 each.
Right. So it's very important that you identify that it is for one item.
Each, yeah, that's it. Then to find the cost price, so we have to find I divided the 150 by 25. By 25, sir.
Well, a second.
Okay.
All right. So it's 150 divided by 25, which is
And $6, sir.
right.
After that, sir, I'll find the profit.
Hold on. Let me.
And that would be the selling price minus the cash price, which is $8 minus 6.
Well, it's not cash, it's cost. So it's $8 minus 6, which is what? $2, don't you?
Yes, sir.
Very good.
Then the
Percentage, right. Hold on. Profit percentage would be?
So it'll be equal to the $2 over 6 over the cash price times 100. And that would give you 33%, sir.
Well, 33.33.
Oh, would you put on a 0.33, sir?
Yeah. Or 33 and a third. Or if you have 33.3, I didn't specify, but
Okay.
I didn't specify. All right, very good. And everybody clear on this? Thank you so much.
Yes, so the reason why I had the mistake, I had used 5 to take away from the 6. So I don't know how I reach at using the 5, but that's when I made the mistake.
Okay. All right. So anybody else having any problems with this question here? All right. Now the same way to part A, the same way to do part B. All right. So let me just a speed up process. Let me just do part B. So the selling price change up, not true, for this one, right? The selling price is now what? Now $5 in part B. All right, but what about the cost price? It remains the same, not true?
Yes,
right?
sir.
It remains the same. All right. So obviously, you're gonna make a what? A loss. Because if you buy something for $6 and sell it for what? For $5, you lose, aren't you? So the loss is 6 minus 5, which is equal to you're losing what? $1. And the loss percentage would be the loss, and the loss is what? $1, and the cost price is what? $6, not so. All right, so somebody work on that for me, please.
16.7%.
Very good.
So we're supposed to roll it off?
Yes. Well, this one is 1 DP, and this, all right, you know, let me change this to 1 DP also. All right. All right, so that's your workout. That question with shopkeeper. So the answer for the first part, the profit percentage is what? 33.3%, and the loss percentage in the second part will be 16.7%.
So that means that I didn't made a mistake. I just mixed it up. I did the loss first. That's why I got the 1.
Well, if the question say, if you're answering A and you do part B, the exam is gonna mark it down.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
So it might be correct for the first part, you know, but you won't get the 33 because you might get $1, but you have to divide it by the cost price. Well, I don't know.
Yes, and that's why I was getting negative 16 something because I was trying to work it out, but then realizing work out because I make a mistake.
All right. Okay, let us look at the next question. All right. Anybody have any idea? Anybody attempt this question here? All right, first of all, before you go on, you see, anytime you're given a question, try to put yourself in the question and imagine and see what's happening, because sometimes reading is not running the eyes over the words. I want you guys to read and think and imagine and try to understand the perspective of what the question is saying. So don't run your eyes over the thing. And anyway, some persons intend to 2 numbers, or is either add them, you subtract them and multiply. Read and reason the question. I want somebody to reason out the question to me. Like if you're up on the road and you're doing some reasoning out, doing some business, or you're not tell me what's going on without any form of big maths. How would you reason out this question? Before you go into the technicalities of it. What's happening? What's a basic storyline for this question?
So it'll be like you're a vendor and St. James Street. In the morning, you know, you were selling like the mangoes them, and just a try and monitor me. I sell them for probably $5. But you realize that even I come there, but you got in, you want to sell off the rest of it. You say you have 13 left. I said no, man, I can't carry home. So I just sell it for just $3.
Right. Very good. That's basically what's happening, guys. And you see how mathematics is in our life, and true. And we experience this every day. All right. And that's exactly what's happening. All right. So once you can understand this, the storyline, the scenario, then now you have a better appreciation of how to compute it. All right. So the problem, is that you don't want to tackle the technicalities of working this question and don't understand the storyline. That's what I don't want you to do. All right, then now we get into the technical part of it, not true? How are we going to do this now? Anybody?
Sir, I was thinking that first you have to find how much he sell each, like the first 12 that he sold. First, I need to find out how much one of the mango you have, right? Or 1 out of 25 mangoes, right?
Oh, you want to find the cost of one mango?
Yeah, I don't know.
All right, let me tell you. You see in this question, that's how I like it is now. You wouldn't want to do that. You wouldn't want to find the value of one mango, because if you look at the scenario, she gonna sell 12. I'm not saying if you do that it will be incorrect, but it's just gonna cost a lot more additional working out. But look at the question. She gonna sell 12 for a certain price, and the remainder for another price. So in other words, she's gonna sold what? 25 in all, not true? So because you have the cost price of 25, and you're gonna find out the selling price for the 25, you can reuse the $7.50 as it is. Because I have a feeling that if you find the value for one mango, the cost for one mango, you're going to eventually have to work it out to get back 25. Because that's how you know if you made a profit or a loss, when you sold up the entire mangoes. All right.
So sir, you would calculate the first 12 by $0.6.
Right. In other words, you're gonna have two different selling price.
Yes.
Right. That's basically what's gonna happen. You're gonna have two selling price, and when you're done, what are you gonna do with the two selling price then?
Add them.
Right. And then check with the cost price for the 25 mango to see if you make a profit or you get a loss. Because notice the question, The question says what? State whether she made a what? A profit or a loss. So we're not sure. All right, and that's how it goes in real. Not true. When you're doing something, when you buy, when the vendors do this kind of transaction, we don't know if they make a profit or a loss when they start to sell it all cheap. Not true.
Nice.
All right. All right. Please remember to mute your mic. All right. Okay. So anybody want to take a shot of it? So let's call it selling price for the 12. This is the selling price for the 12 mangoes. So that's going to be what? 12 times how much? 60 cents, which is what? 0.6. And that was another point though. You notice that we're talking about $7.50 and all of a sudden you get cents. All right. So just to be consistent, you convert the 60 cents to dollars by dividing by 100. All right. What is 12 multiplied by the 0.6?
7.4.
All right. So you get $7.20.
Right. Yeah. $7.20.
Right. And then now let us work out the other selling price now. So this is selling price for the remainder. And the remainder would have been how many mangoes? For the remaining 30, not true? Because it's 25, right? So it's gonna be 13 multiply by 0.55. And what's 13 times 0.55?
$7.15.
Right, very good. So, in other words, the total selling price for the 25 mangoes,
$14.35.
right, will be the sum of $7.20 and $7 what? 15. All right, how much you get?
$14.35.
All right. So this is selling price. And we know what the cost price is, not true? The cost price for the 25 mangoes was, right, that was given, right?
Yes, sir.
So let's answer the first question. Did she make a profit or a loss? Just look at it. What do you think? Did she make a profit or a loss?
A profit?
No. All right. Why do you say that?
Because the more than it sells.
Right.
The cost was $7.50, and when you sell everything,
Right.
it's
Very
$14.
So Mrs. Brown need a profit of, so what's the difference of those two numbers? 14. What is that?
$6.85.
Right. So she made a profit of $6.85. All right. What the following? So the next part of the question is calculate either her what? Profit or loss percentage. So we know it's a profit, not true? So we're going to find the profit what? Percentage. So we know the profit is what? $6.85. And we know the cost price is what? $7.50. Alright. Compute that for me, please. Give me an answer to one decimal, please.
They're 91.3.
Very good. Yeah, you're correct. So Mrs. Brown made a profit, and her profit percentage is what? 91.3. That's a lot, not true? Right.
Okay.
All right. Do we have any questions? All right. Was that 5 minutes? I wasn't really counting it. I just feel like a 5 minutes.
No, sir, it's not 5 minutes.
All right. It's 4.5. All right. I'll give you a minute more. All right. Okay, so I'm going to ask different persons to participate. Just giving some problems here. All right, so who wants to work out number one? Pretty easy. Mrs. Jacks bought 150 t-shirt for $19.20 from a factory. Calculate the cost for one t-shirt. Quickly.
Sir,
Yes, go ahead.
what I did, I divided the 1920 by 150 to get the price for each.
Very good. And what did you get?
I got $12, 12.8.
$12.80.
Right, it's $12.80. So that's the cost price for one t-shirt. So it's very important that you know what that value represents. It represents what? Cost price. All right, anybody else? Part two.
Sir, you the t-shirts are sold at $19.99 each. So you times that's 19.99 times 150.
Yes, very good. All right, so all right, Kristen is sidestepping everybody. Go ahead, Kristen, but Mrs. already said it already. You just multiply 150. All right. Right. Time, so it's 150 multiplied by 19.99. All right. What did you get, miss?
Oh my God, 2,998 and 50 cents.
2,000.
998 and 50 cents.
All right. Everybody agree?
Yes, sir.
Right. So this would have been the selling price for the 150 shirts at that price, not true? All right. So what's the total profit now?
You would minus 2,998 from 1920 to get the profit.
Right. But say it the other way, right? You wouldn't say that. You'd say it the other way. You turn around the numbers.
Okay, before you move on, what you multiply to get the $2,998.50?
150 times 1999. All right.
Yeah.
150 times 19, right? So the total profit, right? As you just subtract those two values, not true? So you subtract
The selling price from the cost price.
no, let me tell you. All right, look. Let me show you something. Let me tell you something. That's a that is it how you're gonna say this? You'll say the cost price from the selling price. But if you want to say it from this side, from the right to the left, you'd say selling price subtract. So you wouldn't use the word from. So I'm saying, all right, look.
Okay, sir.
Look, all right. You see, if you're gonna talk something like this, you say, okay, 3 mangoes from 5 mangoes will give you what? 2 mangoes. But you couldn't say 5 from 3 here, so you couldn't go from left to right and say 5 from 3. That would be wrong. But what you'd say 5 subtract 3. That gives you 2. But if you're going to use the word from, you have to take it from the what? The right going to the what? The left. So I'm saying? I hope you're following. Yeah. It's very important to know, because you go on the road and you talk to some people and you talk foolishness and you wonder what they talk about. You understand? So it's very important. It sounds simple, but it's very important. So we subtract what? The 1920 from the what? The 2,998.5. And what did you get?
1,078 and 50 cents.
Right. What about the last part? Calculate.
I didn't finish it.
All right, maybe somebody will take this on. What about the last part? What is the profit percentage? That's what they're asking. The profit percentage would be the profit, which is what? 1078.5 divided by the cost price. What's the cost price, by the way? 1920. By the way, we're talking about 150 shirts here, not for each. And you times that by what? 100. All right. Somebody tell me this. What's the answer for this? And notice it says what? To the what? The nearest whole number. And you notice that they're awarding you 2 marks. So they're actually going to give you a mark to see if you can round it off to the nearest whole number.
Hold on this, sir. That's what, 1,750 cents. So you take away the $12.80 from the 1920. Wait a second.
Would it be $56, sir?
Hold on there. I'm trying to double check. I'm double checking something.
Yeah.
No, sir. I'm not sure now get that the amount.
6%.
Okay. What you not getting? Who's not getting what?
Yes, you have 1,078 and 50. So I'm asking if you take away the cash price, the
The
cash
19 right, the 1920 from the 2998. Right. That's where you get the 1000. It's correct. And then this which is a profit. This represents the profit, So it's a profit divided by the what? The cost price. And the cost price is what? 1920. Alright, what is this? What is that to the nearest whole number?
Sir, I got 56.171, but it will be 56.
Right, you're absolutely correct. Very good.
Sorry.
Yes, Janet?
I didn't get the part that you say the total profit made. What you calculate to get that?
All right. So the profit. Remember, what is the cost price? How much you buy the shirt them for? The 150 shirt. No, not each.
What? 1920.
1920, right? So you bought 150 for 1920, and you sold 150 for how much? For 2,998.5, don't you? Right. So to get the profit now, you just subtract the 1920 from the 2,998.5.
Okay.
Right, and that gives you the profit that when you buy and sell the 150 shirts. All right. Now, you know why you couldn't use one T-shirt? Because the question says calculate the what?
Yeah.
The total profit. So you wouldn't want to find the profit for one. Well, you could, you could, because you could have subtracted in the first instance, one T-shirt cost what? 12.8, and you sold one for 19.99. So what you could do, you could actually subtract those two values, the 12.8 and the 19.99. Then you multiply it by 150, and then you'll have gotten back the $1,078.50. All right. So I'm gonna clean up this mess here. I'm gonna go back to the Word document. All right. Let us continue. All right, so this part is very interesting. So we're going to look at more questions. But I'm going to twist up the questions a little bit, all right? What if, you see? All right, let me write one question and then you'll decide. So, a sales clerk that's an item for that amount. Calculate selling price of the item if the clerk a profit of, say, 11%. I must leave a little space there. The item was damaged during transporting it to the customer. Determine selling price. Determine selling price. Hold on there. All right. So it says a sales clerk bought an item for $12.09. Calculate the selling price of the item if the clerk made a profit of 11%. In other words, we want to know how much the clerk sold the item for when she made that profit of 11%. All right. So as I said before, anytime you're doing profit and loss, always write down your cost price or just write down information. So the cost price is $12.09. Not true. All right. So let me show you something. Now, profit, you see? Profit means to add. Likewise, loss means to what?
Subtract.
Subtract. No. Note. Percent, we know, is out of 100, don't you? Right? So percent, we know, is out of 100. So guess what? So you're making a profit, right? A profit of how much? 11%. So what's going to happen is that the percent now becomes 100 plus 11, which is what? 111%. All right? Why do we add? Because the clerk made a what? A profit. Now, to find the selling price, what we need to do is to find 111% of the 1209. All right. So go ahead for me, please work out that and give me your answer to 2 decimal place. It's dollars and cents, so 2 decimal place.
You want the answer in 2 decimal place?
Yeah, man.
1,341.99. I think
Yeah,
is
man.
that.
Yeah, you're correct. Very good. So that's the selling price. In other words, the clerk had to sell the item for this amount to make a profit of what? 11%. If she bought it for 1209. Everybody follow? Can somebody tell me another approach to this question? There's another approach.
So would it be kind of the percentage of the cost price and then add it to the
Yeah, basically. So if you find 11% of 1209, how much is that?
$132.99.
Right. And then to get the what? To get the selling price, what are we going to do? What do you think we're going to do now? Want to add?
Yeah, add it.
Right.
132.
The 32 to the what? The 1209. Very good. But you know why I don't like that method? There's a reason why I don't like the method. It's conflicting. It's going to be conflicting to when I switch up the question. I should explain to you. But both methods will work. And then you'll get the same thing. All right, so that's another approach. All right, but I don't want you to use this approach. There's a reason why. All right, so I want you guys. I'm gonna explain to you why, but not now. When we reach another part, I want you guys to try B using my first approach. All right. So remember, profit means add, loss means to subtract. So work out B for me. Anybody work it out? What's the selling price?
1,341.99.
All right.
Sorry, $1,112.28.
All right. Yeah, I think the latter answer is correct.
You
All right.
asked what is the selling price. That's what you asked, right?
Mm-hmm. What did you do?
Never mind, sir. My head hurt.
All right. So remember, it's a loss, right? So it's gonna be 100 minus 8, which is what? 92%. Not true. So to find the selling price, you're gonna find 92% of. Hold on there. You know, so guess what? It's the same. It's the same money, you know. Yeah, I did forgot to tell you that part A and B is the same one here. Right. So it's going to be 92% of 1209. All right.
You asked what is the selling price, right? You didn't ask what is the cost price.
No, they didn't ask you what the cost price is. We're not finding the cost price. We're finding the selling price. It says determine the what? The selling price. The cost price is the same cost price up here, so you know.
I know, sir, but you asked for the selling price and I gave you 1,341.99.
You asked for the?
Never mind, sir. The selling price. You asked a question.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, what you had was incorrect.
Okay.
All right. So 92%, which is 0.92. Oh, so you go. That's 92%. The same thing as 92 divided by 100. 92 divided by 100 is 0.92, right?
Yes, sir.
Use a calculator now. Multiply that now by 1209. Tell me what you get. $1,112.28. Right. All right, because you repeated I don't know. I think you repeated it. What is it? It's a 1341, but that was the answer for the first part. So I think you probably mix up something.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, I think you probably mix up something. You probably do the same thing up here, so you probably just rewrite the same thing. It's probably that. All right. So that's the selling price. All right. All right. So we have a few minutes remaining. What I'm gonna do, we're gonna look at a few questions. I hope I can find them.
Sir, go back on the screen now.
All right. Tell you what. Just 3 questions and call tonight. Oh, that's on. It's 9:30 now. 3 questions and we'll call tonight. How would you do this question?
Check to the five. To the 4.5% of the 10,000, and then you find 7.5% of 1,000.
Very good. And then you add them, not true?
Mm-hmm.
Very good. Yeah. It says a salesman sells a car for 11 grand. If he is paid a commission of 4.5 of the first 10,000, so the first 10,000 out of the 11,000, you find 4.5% off. And it says the remainder would be 1,000. So you find 7.5% of that 1,000. Then you add those. All right. Can somebody tell what the answer is? Let me write it down somewhere. So 4.5% of 10,000.
So that'd be 525.
You mean 4.5% of 10,000?
Oh, that one sounds. Oh, that would be 450, sir.
Okay, that's 450. Oh, you giving the final answer?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Hold on. I haven't reached that far, is it? So 7.5% of
1,000.
Right? How much is that?
$75.
Right. So that will give us yeah, you're correct. 500 and what? $25. $25. All right. We want to use the formula, sure.
40, sir.
Right, very good. It's going to be 40%. We're going to use the formula. So we'll find it's going to be profit over cost price times 100. Right, and the profit, you just subtract those two values, don't you? Which is what?
Right.
25? As I go?
Yeah. Yes,
Or
I get
50?
50.
It's 50.
Yeah.
Let's say profit is 50. So it's 50
over 125.
125 times 100. All right, and you reduce that, you can use 25 and you'll get 40. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, here endeth the devotional